Good afternoon. My name is Ayaka Watanabe. I'm second year student in this graduate school. So my topic today is the case study of Monastic education school accepting ethnic children in Myanmar. So this is today's outline. And my research objective is considering SDG number 4, quality education, especially education for ethnic minority, and number 8, decent work and economic growth, especially 8.7, eliminate the worst form of child labor, including recruitment and use of child soldiers. And my research objective is to understand the situation of monastery, which accept ethnic minority children and orphan and migrant, and 2, clarify the situation of children such as push factor and pull factor and their life in monasteries. And 3, find out a way to realize social integration for minority children. So, brief introduction of Myanmar. As you already know, Myanmar is located in Southeast Asia, and it's said to be multi-ethnic country. As you can see, the 60% of population is Burmese, and 40% are ethnic minority. There are over 135 ethnic groups. And also religion is almost 90% are Buddhism, and their common language is Burmese. And also in the ethnic minority, they speak different language according to their ethnic. So in Myanmar, there are conflict in northern part of Shan states, bordering the China. So according to UN OCHA, there has been the internally displaced persons because of that conflict. And more than 100,000 IDP are fled to the camp which UN provided in 2017 to 2018. But according to my study, there are people who didn't go to the UN camp, but they went to monasteries. So my main focus is in Mandalay, which is second biggest city in Myanmar. So children came from northern Shan state, which called Namkham, about 450 kilometers away from Mandalay. So this is methodology. I conducted a semi-structured interview survey, participant observation, and collected data in this March and September. So my target was 4 monasteries, but today I'm going to present about only 2 monasteries. So result, S monastery. So history, the monastery was established in 2000, but because in 2013, the monk friends from Shan state asked him to accept the children from Shan state. So that's why he started open the monastic education school. So it was established for the meditation, but they changed. Now, in 2019, they have 93 children, including novice and nun. And children's origin are Namkham, Shan states, and most of the children are Palaun ethnic. So that means children speak Palaun language. And there are problems that monasteries are facing. First, language barrier, because children speak Palawan, and monk and staff speak Burmese, so they cannot communicate. So because of language barrier, second, education problem. Most of the classes are conducted in Burmese, so children cannot understand what the teacher says, and also what is homework is. And that connected to the student attitude. When I stay in the monastery, mostly boys skip the class, and they didn't attend the classes. And the future, some students have to go back to their original town, Namkham or Shan state, another village, and they have to be the child soldiers. They are not choice, but their village leader or parents called back them. So this is some picture from S monastery. This is grade 5 learning Myanmar in outside class. And every morning and every evening, they pay homage to Buddha. So all children has to be novice or nuns, as you can see. And this is some boys who skip the class, and teacher is down there and scolding them. So another monastery, P Monastery. So P Monastery has long history than S Monastery. It established in 1982, and because they start accepting the novice from Shan State, so they opened the monastic school in 1993. So there are 8,147 children, including novice, nun, and boy, and girl. So children came from all over the different places in Myanmar and variety of ethnic. And there also has language barrier, financial problem, and also has future problem. But they have language barrier, but they have body program. Students who newly came to this monastery, they put in the pairs who already can speak Burmese, and they can help each other in the classroom, so children can learn Burmese quickly. So this is the novice dormitory in P Monastery. So my findings, push factor and pull factor. So when I interviewed to the children, why you came to this monastery? Children said, because in my village, there's no middle school, only up to grade 4. So they came to Mandalay to attend the class. But when I ask about their parents and their family, it comes to economic reason, job opportunity, and security reason. Some of parents are doing farming, but because of conflict, they cannot continue to farming. So some children say because we are poor, And when they become novice, it's free charge of food, water, and clothes, accommodation. And monastic education school is free charge of education. And then also, when they become novice, it's their safety, because when they are novice, person in armed group cannot get them as a child soldier, so they are protected. So discussion, like my first hypothesis before I went to for field study, I saw every child is an internally displaced person who are escaped from the conflict, but was wrong. I found some are IDP, but others are migrant for education. So, but there are also barriers for children to be socially integrated, like including job opportunity. I found that there are problems which are unique to multi-ethnic countries, such as citizenship card and ethnic education. So my conclusion, the situation of monastery that I conducted survey has changed to monastic school in order to implement education for children. However, monasteries are facing some problems such as financial and language. And second, situation of children. Most of the children say they came to Mandalay for their education, but based on my interview survey, conflict in northern Shan State are also related to their migration. And they are also facing the language barriers. Third, about social integration. I found that there are barriers and problems which are unique to multi-ethnic countries. This is acknowledgement for my research during my field study. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you for the interesting presentations. I have one question. What kind of job opportunity they will have after 10 years or 20 years after they finish their education in Myanmar, that area? Because recently our children's situation will be changing so quickly. So what do you think? Or there's already the evidence is shown. So thank you.
Thank you. You mean in Mandalay when you're okay? Thank you for your question about job opportunity. I didn't mention, but in P Monastery they provide job training for children, engineering, making furniture, and sewing and making clothes. So if they do the training, they can be like an engineer in Mandalay. Yeah, that's happening. And if they want to go to university, in P monastery, they are like a university. So they go to university and they can be a teacher for school teacher. So that's kind of job opportunity are provided. But in S monastery, the previous one is nothing. I mean, they don't provide anything. So that is one of the problem in S monastery. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation. This is, of course, of tremendous importance. We have worldwide between 70 to 75 million of displaced people and refugees. But in your presentation, I would like to know when these people go away to reach monasteries in Mandalay, and why do they go back? What are the root causes of the conflicts? I cannot remember that you told us anything about that, and I would very much like to know if that is related to environmental conflicts, maybe. So if you could enlighten us about that a little bit, please.
Okay, thank you. About the conflict, thank you for your question. About the conflict, it's a political conflict, so that's, I didn't want to go to detail. But what's happening now is Burmese army versus the ethnic armed group. So that's the situation. And not one ethnic group, so it's like complicated. Some ethnic group basing them by themselves, and also basing the Burmese, national army. So the white children came to, what happening? Yes, that's the children say because of education. But when I ask about family, their brother went to conflict and passed away last year. My brother is Thailand to escape from the recruitment or child soldier, and lots of story about that. So I think some children knows about it, but some children doesn't know about the conflict. So just their children sending them to the Mandalay. But I think that's happening. And yes, that's